We should have seized all Saudi Arabian assets in this country, declared war on Saudi Arabia, rounded up every one of their citizens living in our country and executed them on public television, and then fired multiple nuclear warheads at that country.
Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favorite sex pig.
We are back with another video. What can I say? I just can't get enough of these videos and working with the new software. Yeah, I love it. Anyway, so yeah, we're back with another video on our favorite subject, the sex pig. And this is a video review of his video review. Response to Alpha M. Can't even speak. 6 tips or tricks to lose chest fat and back fat. 100% works, 100%. Yeah. Right. So this is Jason Blaha.
Hey everybody, it's
Jason Blaha. You know, for some reason needs to comment on someone's video. He has to make another video about someone's video. It's like, you know, how desperate do you have to be doing this? You know, just trawling the internet, looking for things, anything to put in a video, just so you can get some YouTube shekels. You know, it's so pathetic. Why doesn't he just get up and go and get a job? You know, do this on the side. You know, do a bit of coaching. Coaching, you know, coach is one sort of, you know, idiot client or customer, whatever the hell he wants to call them. You know, why don't you do that at the weekend? Why don't you just go and get a job? You know, get yourself a guaranteed income, pay some tax, you know, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, it's up to him how he wants to destroy his life and his future. But yeah, so in this, he's responding like someone asked him to Alpha M. You know, response to Alpha M. It's like, you don't need to respond. No one's spoken to you. No one wants your response. There's no reason to respond. Why would you suddenly just respond to a random video that you saw on YouTube? Oh, I'm going to respond to that. Just injects himself into someone's life. And all it is Alpha M. I had a look at his channel just quickly. Alpha M's got 5 million subs. So, of course, he wants to inject himself, attach himself parasitically to someone with 5 million subs. Because he's desperate for views. Desperate to get money. Anyway, so in this, he's responding to the video of how to lose back and chest fat. So let's start it.
It's Jason Blaha here. You guys know what time it is. Time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And for those of you who like these kind of videos, please remember to click the like button below to offset those dislikes.
Why does he always take his voice? For those of you who like to, do the click down below. Why does he do that? You know, why does he do that? I mean, he isn't wearing his +5 hat of dog killing today, so that seems to be left out these days. Maybe it stinks so bad that he can't bear to put it on his head. Who knows? Because nothing gets washed. I mean, this t-shirt looks rancid, doesn't it? Like it's never been washed. But anyway, let's start the video, shall we? Crikey.
But over to the point. Someone linked me a video that Aaron over at Alpha M did, and it was kind of a clickbait title of saying, hey, I got tips to get rid of chest and love handle fat every time.
Well, I mean, he knows all about clickbaiting, doesn't he, really? Knows all about clickbaiting.
100% works, right? But, of course, Aaron gets into the video and he explains, rightly so, that this is actually impossible, that spot reduction doesn't work, and that anyone who is telling you that spot reduction works is basically a scam artist. Now, barring surgical procedures, that's the caveat we need to put in there. There's a few relatively expensive, rare bodybuilding type substances that people can inject directly into fat that seems to help a little bit with this. But I mean, you're talking about, again, probably not the safest way to go about it. And a lot of people.
Just while he's rambling on there, why does he sit with his arms stretched out like this? Why, with his thumb sticking up? I mean, that's not a very natural pose. I mean, I'm sitting here relaxed at my table. I got my shoulders, my elbows on the table, and I'm quite relaxed. I'm loose. I'm relaxed. To sit there like this, with your thumb up. Why? Why? It feels so unnatural and so weird. But then, that's what he is, right?
People aren't wanting to actually inject things directly into their fat. So, and again, it's not that effective. So we don't even need to go there. And then, of course, cosmetic surgeries obviously are the exception to the rule because fat can be physically and surgically removed with liposuction, things like that. Arguably, things like cool sculpting, I think there's some data showing it can help a little bit. So there's things like that.
Oh, he's so knowledgeable, isn't he? I mean, he must have been up for hours on Google researching that. So knowledgeable. It's almost like he speaks from experience, but he doesn't. What experience can you get from your room in your apartment? No experience. I don't know. Let's continue with it.
But barring something really, really, really extreme, like you can't diet, you can't rub a cream on there, there's nothing like that you can do. So he's absolutely right. So what he talked about, honestly, his video was really all over the place. Some of it was good, some of it was actually meh. And a lot of it ended up turning to be advertising for certain products that he recommends. Now, was he right in that larger amounts of muscle will displace it? Yeah, that's true. So he's like, look, if you want love handles to look smaller, without them actually decreasing yet, make your back bigger, right? He's right. He's right.
Wow. Thanks for your confirmation. Oh, right. So I wasn't really sure until Blaha confirmed it. Oh, if I watched that video on Alpha M, talking about making your back bigger to make your waist look smaller, which is what he's trying to say. But nothing could make his waist look smaller. I mean, with his big childbearing hips and his thunder thighs, Christ, he'd it's got the strangest weird body shape ever anyway. But it's like the top half doesn't fit his bottom half. His shoulders are so narrow and small. And you see some women that look like this as well. Really tiny, narrow shoulders. And a huge pear-shaped bottom half, and that's Blaha. But yeah, back to the point. Oh yeah, thanks for confirming that for us, Blaha. Because you're the final word. You have the final say on everything that is health and fitness related. And I wouldn't have believed Alpha M saying that having a big V-shaped chest and back, the V taper, would make your waist look smaller. But now you've confirmed it, I believe it to be true. Thanks, Blaha.
Because it'll still give you that V taper. You take someone like me who lost 100 pounds of body fat, I still have a lot of loose skin in that area that still has fat stuck to it. People need to understand that loose skin
I got loose skin, it's still got fat stuck to it, and it sounds like something you've dropped, just like one of those lollipops, you drop it in the garden or something, it's got ants stuck to it and leaves and all bits of crap stuck to it. That's how he's describing himself. I mean, it sounds absolutely repulsive what he's saying, but there you go. That's how he looks at himself.
basically makes your fat look worse in a certain area. It doesn't mean that you don't have fat there, because you do. Because if you have loose skin, visibly loose skin, you still have a significant amount of fat in the area also. So when people say loose skin, well, it's not just loose skin, it's that you have fat adhering to it. But I have a really wide back from all my powerlifting and everything.
I have a really wide back from all my powerlifting, because I'm a powerlifter, don't you know? I'm a competitive powerlifter. Yeah. Powerlifting. Does this look like a powerlifter? We've seen powerlifters. We know what powerlifters look like. They are hench big dudes, you know? And then there's this little thing trying to convince everyone that he also is a powerlifter. I'm a competitive powerlifter. I did one meet. I've got participation trophies on my wall to prove it. Biggest joke on YouTube.
And so I still have the V-taper in spite of that area still being there. He's right about that. Same thing when we talk about chest. You build your chest up.
What's this? Same if you build your chest up. What a clown.
And it will make chest fat.
Did you see that? Little flag wave for the G4P boys in the audience. He's doing it again. You know, a couple of months back, he did the whole panty reveal thing. He was sitting there in his panties. You may have missed that, you may not have. But it's quite disgusting. He's sitting there in his pants again. Absolutely. Look. Have a little watch. He stands up and gives the boys a little flash. Little flash. The G4B boys gives them a little flash. Tease them a little bit. I'm going to tease you. So you come over to my special members only section and I'll give you a real show. Look, watch.
V-taper in spite of that area still being there. He's right about that. Same thing when we talk about chest. You build your chest up and it will make...
See? Hey, he's got his little panties on again, giving the boys a show.
chest fat seem to be smaller, but I mean, what I thought was interesting there is that it will spread it further, it will displace it. That's the best way to put it. But what I thought was interesting is I think Aaron is a little bit leaner than me. I obviously have enormous amounts of muscle more than him. Not even...
So, I don't know what his name is. Alfred, I think he called him Aaron or something. So Blaha has so much more muscle than him, and he's a little bit leaner. So this Blaha, you heard him. He said he has a little bit. He has much more muscle, but the other guy's a bit leaner. Yeah.
Aaron is a little bit leaner than me. I obviously have enormous amounts of muscle more than him. Not even...
Blaha, why do you do it? Why do you do this to yourself? So he has an enormous amount of muscle more than him. You heard it, yeah? One more time. An enormous amount of muscle compared to this other chap.
Thing is, I think Aaron is a little bit leaner than me.
So he's a little bit leaner.
Aaron is a little bit leaner than me. I obviously have enormous amounts of muscle more than him. Not even...
Obviously have enormous amounts of muscle more than him.
Even subject to debate. My DEXA scans alone show that.
My DEXA scans will show that. So obviously he has an enormous amount of muscle more than him. It's not open to debate. His scans will show it. Do we believe him? Do we believe him, kids? Should we check? I think we should check. So this is the chap. Where's he gone? Come on. This is the chap that he's talking about. This is the early picture, and this is the video, the original video. 6 tricks to lose chest and fat and back fat. Yeah, chest fat and back fat, 100% worse. So this is the video that he's actually talking about. This is the man he's talking about. This is one of the early little scenes in this video where he's actually got his shirt off. I don't know the height of this guy, but just looking at him, I can see that he's much healthier. His body is much more proportioned, and he's holding more muscle than average. Yeah, so he's obviously working out. Jason Blaha just stated on the record that he has an enormous amount of muscle, obviously has an enormous amount of muscle more than this guy. Should we look? Should we see? This is a close-up, and this one is where's this muscle then, Blaha? Where's this enormous amount of muscle that's so obvious when you look at it? So we've got this. Yeah, he's lean. He looks like a little fella. He looks like a lightweight boxer or something. He's lean. He's small. No question about that. I can see that he's small. But for his frame, I can see that he has muscle. He's got development in his shoulders, a little bit trapped there. We can see it. Anyone who doesn't even follow bodybuilding or training of any sort, you've got the inner pec, you can see this guy's got some muscle on him. But Blaha just stated that it's undeniable that he has more muscle than him. Where? Where? There's no shoulder development. Look at the trap size. Terrible. Little wimpy little arms there. I mean, tiny little undeveloped arms. Tiny sort of upper body structure, bone structure. I mean, his wrists and hands are very sort of petite. I mean, yeah, okay, he's probably bigger down below here, past the waistline, because he's got the massive hips, childbearing hips, and the massive thunder thighs. So that is probably where he is bigger, because I imagine this chap is a bit smaller below the waist, sort of legs and all that sort of stuff, hips. He's probably got normal man-sized, sort of quite narrow hips. But Blaha clearly, certainly what we can see from this guy and his chest, his shoulders and his arms to this, clearly, Blaha, clearly we can see Alpha M has more muscle mass than you. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter how you try and sort of use some weird Jedi mind trick on us. It doesn't work. We can see with our own eyes who has more muscle mass. And it ain't you. It's not you, buddy. So keep working out. Try some different techniques, because it's not working, mate. Whatever you're doing is not good. And yeah, this is the guy he's talking about. Obviously, clearly, he has more muscle mass. I mean, the guy's mental, isn't he, really? Blaha hasn't got a clue.
I think Aaron is a little bit leaner than me. I obviously have enormous amounts of muscle more than him. Not even subject to debate. My DEXA scans alone show that. So when he grabbed his chest, I was surprised at how much skin he could pull, because I can't do that. Even when I relax, the amount of fat that he was able to pull away from his chest was easily 5-10 times more than I can physically do.
5 or 10 times more than he could physically pull away from his chest. Yeah. So if we look at his chest, we can see how much fat is under his armpit and around his heart as well. But it's always a worry when you get older, when you start accumulating loads of fat around your heart and everything. But yeah, so we just got to keep trying to keep low. But we can see here how much fat is under his arm. I mean, it doesn't. It's he's got the sort of the fat coming over. You can't even see the pec properly because there's so much fat coming down and sort of drooping down here. So he's being very sort of deceptive when he says he couldn't even pinch, even a tiny bit. I don't think so, mate. I bet if I come to you, I could grab a great big fucking handful of fat from around your tits, your udders. My udders! Moo! Milk me! Been a while since I've done that. But yeah, around his udders, there's lots of fat there. So for him to say that, it's just, again, more madness, lies, delusion. And this is the bit he's talking about.
See, I have well-developed pecs. Does this mean I don't have chest fat? Hell no! I got tons of it, but you can't tell because my chest is round. And then to make...
See? So, I mean, you saw how much he grabbed hold of there. Blaha has got a handful, maybe a couple of handfuls there. For him to say that he hasn't got any fat around his chest, and he couldn't even pinch, a tiny bit, is absolute nonsense.
The amount of fat that he was able to pull away from his chest was easily 5-10 times more than I can physically do. I can only get like a little finger pull because I tried
5 or 10 times the amount that Jason Blaha has. I mean, he lives in a deluded fantasy, doesn't he?
when he did, I reached up just to see what I could do. I'm like, wow, that was surprising to me, and it's not necessarily bragging because I think Aaron is leaner than me. I think his body composition is leaner than mine.
Anyway, guys, I hope that was informative. I'm going to leave it there. Completely debunking his video. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. More nonsense coming out of Jason Blaha's mouth. Response to Alpha M. Who asked you to respond? No one. You decided to respond yourself just to make the old YouTube shekels. Anyway, I hope that was informative. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family. But most importantly, leave a comment down below. Who do you think has more fat? Do your eyes deceive you? Who do you think has more fat? This guy or this guy? Alright guys, until then, till next time, I'm out of here.
Hey, fuck this Haji. I'm going to shoot him in the gut at 300 yards and let him bleed out for a little while. And then when he's too weak to fight back, me and my friends are going to go pick him up and have a little fun with him and make him fucking talk before we feed him to the pigs.